Hello everyone, in this video I want to show you how to create a histogram and a cumulative frequency distribution for a continuous measure using Tableau. So let's get started. The data set that I'm using for the purpose of the demonstration is a data set that has salaries of certain baseball players. So we will create a histogram of the salary variable. Let's get started. I'm going to create a new sheet right here. And in that you will see that some of the variables show up as dimensions and the other variables show up as measures. Now salary is a measure, it's a continuous variable. So what I'm going to do is select salary right here, go to the show me tab, and then click on the histogram chart right here. So automatically Tableau has binned salary into these various buckets and created a frequency distribution, which is a histogram that we were looking for. Now we could do a couple of things here. We could go right here and say quick table calculation and say percentage of total, and even switch on the labels, which basically tells us that 77% of the players are getting salaries under 5 million, then 13% are getting salaries between 5 million and 10 million, so on and so forth. Now what we want to do next is create the cumulative distribution for salaries to get us another perspective on how the salaries are distributed. So what we are going to do is again go to the salaries measure right here, drag it and drop it into the rows, and you will see that another second chart gets created right here. But this right now is showing us the sum of salaries, and that's not what we are interested in. We are interested in the number of players that are getting a certain type of a salary. So we will go here, click on the drop down and convert this measure from sum to a count. Okay, after that what we will do is we will again go to the count of salaries for the second chart and say quick table calculation, and we will say running total. So this basically is a cumulative distribution in terms of the number of records, but we want to convert that into a percentage distribution. So we will go in here again and then we will say edit table calculation. For that we will add perform a secondary calculation on the result, and in that we will say secondary type, we will say percentage of total, we'll say apply and OK. Okay, the next thing we could do is we can convert this chart into a line chart, okay, which is what we were looking for. Couple of other things to take care of before we are done. We'll go to the axis right here and say dual axis. The next thing is we don't want these to be circles, but we want this to be bars that they were initially. And here we are. So as you see, this chart now shows us the histogram for the salary variable, which you see very clearly is positive skewed, and you can also look at the cumulative frequency distribution, which tells you that 90% of the salaries are distributed within $10 million, but then there are these 10% of the players whose salaries are pretty high as compared to most of the other players. So until we meet next, keep practicing. That's how you become an expert. All the best and see you soon.